If we look at how the nursing home model developed, the nursing home model was based on the hospital model. The hospital model was based on the military model. All for efficiency and not for relationship building. Not for resident-centered care, but for how can we deliver care in the most efficient manner. In the 1970s, the legislature at the federal level was receiving a lot of complaints about nursing homes and what was going on in nursing homes. And so they began to look at how they could get some real feedback as to what was actually happening. They wanted to know from the inside out what was happening. And they devised what was then the seeds for the Ombudsman program. And by 1978, every state was required to have Ombudsman services covering every county in every state. So it's a national program. There are several ways we fit into the continuum of care. For most families or for most individuals, the continuum of care would start in home. But as the disease or as the illness progresses, that may become more and more stressful for a family. And at that point, they'll begin to look for alternatives. And of course, long-term care is one of the alternatives.
This is a very difficult situation. You know, people very rarely want to put their loved ones in a home, but they have to. And I would say that people are not experienced at this. I don't know very many people who have done this multiple times, and I can tell you one time was enough for me.
We would hope that if they're looking at long-term care, that the first port of call would be to the Ombudsman office. There is no other agency that knows the facilities like the Ombudsman does.
Sometimes I had anxieties, and they provide a knowledge base, which as an individual I couldn't have, and could answer questions for me. They also function as a buffer in many ways. When you have a loved one in a home, you're always worried that they're going to make the right adjustment, that you did the right thing, they're in the right place, they're being taken care of.
An ombudsman is a residents' rights advocate. And what I do is that I go in and visit the facilities and get to know the residents so that they can trust me as somebody they can come to if they have a problem or a concern. And I investigate problems and see what I can do to help.
They deserve to be treated with great respect and to realize that their rights are just as valid in the facilities as they were before they came in there, to have the patience to listen to them and assure them if they're frightened or vulnerable, and just to act as a consultant as well as solve any disputes that they may have with the facility or its staff that they are unable to resolve on their own.
The San Mateo County Ombudsman is a terrific organization, and they are very unique because they're active, they're present, they're effective.
And the Ombudsman definitely helped me through that process when I talked to them. Rather than talking directly to the home, I could talk to them and they could explain to me, and they could go back and act as an intermediary. And that was very important and gave me significant comfort and ease of mind.
Our core services are to monitor the facilities, to respond to complaints, to investigate and to resolve those complaints as best we can. Often we do that working with the licensing agencies or with other agencies in the community that are stakeholders that we may need to work with us in order to get the resolution we're seeking. We provide witnessing for advanced healthcare directives. We provide access to Medicare.
I was the administrator of Crystal Springs when it was the county skilled nursing facility. And we had occasion to have the Ombudsman visit and assist us in resolving problems. And I discovered how valuable it was and decided that when I retired, that was what I was going to do. I was going to train as an ombudsman.
With the volunteers, we get out there and we are visiting 6,000 visits a year. Scheduled visits, we drop in. They don't know when that we're coming or how we're coming or why we're coming. We drop in. Sometimes it's just on a regular monitoring visit, and sometimes it's a complaint investigation. Without our ombudsman, without our field ombudsman, our volunteers, we could not run this program. Without them, we could not possibly cover the volume of work that we do. We have the equivalent of 5.4 staff, and we handle 2,000 complaints a year.
I get to see people who at one point may be suffering, whether it be medically or emotionally, and I get to intervene, and I get to come in the next week and see that they're doing much better. So we have an ombudsman named Diane who went to a facility, and she visited with a woman named Mrs. B, who complained of having a sore on her bottom and said she was having difficulty sitting. So Diane asked her if it was okay if she reported this to the staff, and Mrs. B said she had reported it, but it wasn't getting better. So she did go to the caregiver and said, "Do you know about the wound? Has it been reported to the doctor?" And the caregiver was really nonchalant about it. She said, "I'm treating it with cream, it's opened up a little bit." The ombudsman was very upset, and she really saw that this was more urgent than the caregiver thought it was, so she asked to speak to the administrator. At that point, the administrator and the caregiver called the physician. The home health care nurse came out, assessed the wound. The wheelchair was assessed for the sitting, making sure the rubbing wasn't happening. And Mrs. B went on with her life after being treated and was fine. And the importance of this is that the ombudsman had enough trust from Mrs. B to actually have her talk about the wound on her personal part of her body, number one. Number two is these wounds have caused death in some of the residents that get them. The wound, if it goes untreated, it can cause sepsis, and they can die excruciating death, 3 days of sepsis, 3 days of pain, because a wound of a small size can get infected. So that's the seriousness of the consequences of not having an ombudsman present to be able to advocate for a resident.
Advocating for individuals is a very important